What did you think of the penalty handed out by Major League Baseball, Richard?
I sort of agree with you. I thought Jeff Luna was going to get a lifetime ban when you factor in the sign stealing plus the behavior in the wake of the assistant GM yelling at the female reporters, which they just handled disgracefully. But everything is connected to every other little thing, and I think the commissioner thought handing down the harshest penalty ever sent a message. You know, after the Apple Watch incident in the Red Sox dugout in 2017, he had told teams, if this happens again, it's going to be really bad.
Who blew the whistle?
Mike Fiers in The Athletic and Ken Rosenthal and Evan Dreilich, they blew the whistle. Without the journalism, this probably doesn't happen. Without one player, you know, during the ALCS, A.J. Hinch stood up and said, hey, come on, if you got something against us, put your name on it. Well, Mike Fiers put his name on it.
Do you think he'll be blackballed, Fiers?
You know, I have heard that. There's been a lot of discussion about among the baseball writers and talking to players, like the guy did reveal secrets, and that's for 125 years been something you didn't do. So we'll see about that. There are going to be people that probably look at him a different way, but I don't think that should. I don't think that should influence how people see what the Astros did in any different light. You know, they cheated, and people will say, Dan, you hear people say, well, you have all this technology now, it's too tempting. Look, this was no gray area. They knew what they were doing.
Walk me through the system and give me the part that is the actual cheating.
The cheating is using electronics to cheat. You know, guys that you and I both knew, like Tony Gwynn and Frank Robinson, they had this intuitive ability to detect sign stealing. What happened when MLB instituted replay, they put monitors near every dugout so teams could, so AJ Hinch could say, do I need to challenge that call? Well, what Alex Cora and others said, well, look, if we've got the signs being relayed by the catcher right here behind our dugout, why don't we study them and come up with the sequencing? And then, and look, I heard from an AL West team, but they've been whispering about this for years. I don't want to reveal the team, but they may play in Oakland, California. and they heard all the stuff, the banging of the trash cans. I didn't hear about the whistle, but like a one bang for a curveball, two bangs for a changeup, no bang fastball. And believe me, people in the game go, what difference does that make? It makes all the difference in the world because the pitcher holds the control by the sequencing of the pitch. And if you know the pitch is coming, it is a huge, huge advantage. So they would monitor the signs. They would figure out the signs and then relay it some way by banging their trash can. Alex Wood of the Dodgers pitched a great Game 4 in the 2017 World Series. Said they first became alerted because the Astros were changing signs in Games 1 and 2 at Dodger Stadium. And it was like, oh, they think we're doing it. That means they must be doing it. And so in that game, Game 4, Alex Wood and the catcher changed the signs every 12 pitches. The Nationals came into the World Series games in Houston, and if you saw, there were times the pitcher took his hat off and looked inside. They had a code for it. Also, I think maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't notice, I don't believe Fox Sports during the World Series showed catchers dropping signs, and I think that's a first. There obviously was some suspicion that things were going on, and the monitors, they had to put MLB had to put hall monitors by the people with the screens, and told them in Houston, be on the alert for signs, for whistles, for calling a player by a last name, first name, trash cans, all of that stuff.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.